Yeah.
Training next to you. You know the shower out?
Come straight from gym.
I can smell you, to be fair.
Can you?
I can fucking smell it.
Smell it.
I can't smell it. I'm fucking hot as fuck, mate.
To be fair, I've got stick deodorant that don't make you smell.
Oh, is it? It's not bad.
That one smells a bit. Gillette roll on. You know the one I've got.
Yeah.
If you know me, hello everyone. If you know me, yeah, you know. If you're close to me anyway, you know the deodorant that I use. And I've used it for years. It's like a trademark. It's like if Jack Lynch had a starter pack, it would be that. It'd be a vape. It would be Gillette roll on deodorant.
With all the hairs stuck to it.
With all the no.
Be a doner kebab.
Passed it me.
No, it would be check a shirt, something like that.
What's signature Jack?
Shit shirt.
Yeah, shit shirt. A couple of shit
shirt.
shirts. What else? What else is signature Jack? This wet bear stuff.
The C1.
Oh,
yeah.
C1 with sub loaded in the back.
I love to see one with sub and like flames coming off it. That would be Jack Lynch starter pack.
Yeah.
I won't have a starter pack, me.
Why?
Because you can never get this.
Right,
I'm unwell, me, innit? That's why I'm coming out with fucking outrageous comments. So sorry for being unwell again, Kevin. But, you know, I'm
when you get ill, you get ill.
I know, bro. Ill. You know what I mean? Bro, don't know why, yeah? I know production staff Pug is kind of in the same boat, yeah? Got no energy, lifeless.
Yeah.
Like, I've had 2 naps the last 2 days, which isn't a crazy thing, but I fell asleep at my desk today. I work from home though, so it's calm. Hope no one from work is like, saying that.
Self-snitched.
But yeah, man, I'm up against it, bro. I'm not feeling good. That's why the hood's up. I've cancelled my trim for tomorrow because I'm just not going out weekends. Just
Why?
Because
On Saturday?
Nah, I'm not feeling it, bro.
You'll be out with Scouse Jade on Saturday, won't you?
Oh shit, yeah, James in.
Big up Scouse Jade.
0151.
Should we film a pod with her?
Yeah, get Jay in the
I
pod.
see what she's saying in it.
I'll film a pod, innit? But I'm not going out boozing, man. I can't be arsed.
Yeah, you are,
I'm not fully not. I can't be arsed. I'm going to have no trim now, so I'm definitely not going out.
You're in the pub.
Yeah, but I can't be arsed, mate.
So this is what I'm saying. Why do you need a fresh trim to go out? A lot of people say that. Oh, I can't. I think I mentioned this before, but it's like people feel a need to like have a fresh. Boys, they feel a need to have a fresh trim if they're to go out. I can't do this. I can't go out with a trim, and I've been susceptible to that as well. But I'm starting to get out of that routine now because I've been leaving it longer between my trims now. But a lot of people are like that. A lot of people have to have a trim.
But I don't.
That used to be me.
I don't have to, yeah, but I fucking want to. Do you know what I mean? When I'm going out, like, I need my haircut, man. It's just like it's like if you're going out somewhere nice, you want to wear your nice clothes. You want to look your best. And I look my best when my hair is cut and I don't look like a meatball that's been volleyed across a canteen floor. So, there you go.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know what you mean. Obviously, it's always nice. It's always better having a fresh trim.
Yeah, of course. It's positive endorphins as well, isn't it? You feel better about yourself because you know you're looking on point. At least if you've got a good trim, anyway. If you've got a banger's trim, then you might as well just fucking allow it.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than getting butchered, man.
Oh,
There's actually nothing worse than getting butchered in the barbers. It's like the worst. It's like easily like top 3 worst feelings in the world.
Yeah. Bro, I've been in barbers before, right, and I've come out and they've taken my hairline, not at the back, but to the sides here, like taking it well far back. This is no exaggeration, yeah. I've got back in my car and I've just like, look, because obviously when you're in the barbers, yeah, it's a fact, innit, if you're in the barbers. The guy cuts your hair and my man doesn't show me my hair from behind, but if they show you your hair from behind, you can have a fucking pile of shit on your hair. And you're like, yeah, sound that, bro, nice one, right? And you get up and you leave, yeah, so I'm like, boom. Every time I get up, I rub my hair back, get the little hairs off, pay the man, bounce, yeah. And this one time I got in my car, right, sat in there, just look at it in my rear view mirror there, yeah, and I see my hairline back here, like the sides, and I'm like, oh my god, and I was going, no! I was fucking punching my car door like that, bro. I was sat there for about 10 minutes fucking like that, right, and I got it,
No!
I was on a late at work, yeah, so I got it in the morning and then I went into work, and I was like hiding my head like that, right, but I work with all older people anyway, and they're all like, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking fuming, me, and they're like, why? And I was like, you see my hairline here? And they're like, it's not even bad, like, you don't look any different at all. And I was like, I've just been smacking my car door up for about 20 minutes outside the barbers because that's how much it meant to me. So psychologically, bro, It's a game changer.
Have you ever had that one, yeah, where you're in the barbers in your chair and then like he's doing your hair and then he does something different and you already know it's a car crash and you boil up and you go dead hot. You feel yourself getting dead warm.
Yeah.
You feel like you're just going red, but you just sit there and firm it because it's like there's nothing I can actually do now.
What can you do?
Just done it.
It's mad, isn't it? You put your life in someone's hands. I mean, life's maybe a bit, extensive, but you put a lot of trust in this man. That's why you've got to trust your barber, innit? You've got to know the ins and outs.
I remember once, yeah, when I lived in Nottingham, I went for a trim at this barber's, right, called Eaton Barbers, right? And I used to go to this guy who actually did a pretty certified trim, like the trim was good, it was decent. This is before I had a skinhead though, this was like when I had like a little crop fringe or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I used to go every single week, yeah, religiously, every single Friday, yeah, because I always finished uni early and it was always dead. So I went in there, and then once, the guy that I usually had just sat someone down, and there was like, for some bizarre reason, like, I was doing something so I didn't want to wait, and the guy was like, well, you can have him, and this guy's the owner. So in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, this guy, like, he's the owner, he's trained him, surely he's like the top boss, he's the final level of barber in this shop, so I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'll have you. Sits down, I was like, yeah, skin fade, blah, 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 blah. Tell me why, yeah, like, even though when you get a skin fade, yeah, usually it's between 40 minutes and an hour on average. Tell me why this bloke, bearing in mind he was like 50 odd, finished my hair in 10 minutes.
Wow.
First of all, that was a red flag.
Obviously.
So I paid him, it was like 15 quid, which is a decent price.
Yeah.
15 quid, and I thought, right, yeah, sound like, whatever, cool. Got back to my car, I've looked at it, and like, you see how it had like crop fringe, like it was like there. Tell me why, like the side bits here, like where it's boxed here, they were like longer than the rest, and it was like curling in.
Oh.
So it was like curled in there, but like this bit was like super short and cropped, more cropped than usual, and then this bit was like down here, and all the fade was like fucked. I was like, the only ones when you like got a fold, and you film it around your head like that.
360.
Did the 360, it was shit. I thought, there's no way on earth I'm driving back to Manchester. I think I was going back home actually. So there's no way on earth I'm driving home, yeah, with this. So I went back in the shop and I went, mate, look what you've done. And he was like, yeah. I went, look what you've done. I went, it's a mess. And then he was like, oh, what's that? I went, first of all, I asked for a straight fringe, it's like that. I went, and look at the back. And the guy went, yeah, it's not my best one, that. He went, sit down, I'll fix it. I went, no, I'm not sitting down for you. And I wait for him. He's like, right, sound. And the guy was like, then this other guy, like, who normally puts me out, was like, right, I've got another trim, someone's booked, like, he's reserved, so you're going to have to wait. I was like, mate, I'm going to wait as long as I have to wait. And then, after his trim, this guy's finished this trim, he's gone out for a smoke, and I'm having a smoke outside as well. And he's like, let me have a look at this thing that he's done. He's like, oh mate, man, I'm so sorry, that's so bad that. I was like, yeah, no mate, it's awful. So anyway, I ended up sitting back in the chair, and this guy's like, fixed it, but he had to go super short. At the time, I didn't want it super short, but he revived it, but it was just, but yeah.
Bro, I will tell you now, yeah, that come to mind, besides the fucking, my box there getting fucked up, I've had two extremely bad experiences between trims. Not really bad experience, but one that was pretty recent was, I had, like, you fade here, yeah, I went to a different barber's because my man had no space. I asked for a high skin fade, bro. The fade was there, bro.
I think I remember you getting that trim, you know.
Bro, it was up there, yeah, and I was going square one as well. So if you see any picture from me at square one, it's there. My fade was up here, bro. And I mean like where my hair starts, where my line is there. So like, imagine your head there, that's where the fade was. Like, it was just, and then complete bald on the back here, bro. And I was like, oh my god, what was the other one then I was thinking of? I had another another bangers one, yeah. So when I was in school, right, this is a cell trim, this. When I was in school, right, yeah, and I had Bieber hair, yeah, I had a bad long fringe, but I liked the rest of my hair. So I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna cut my own hair. So I got my hair wet, just rolled it down like that, barcode like that, yeah, got some scissors and just went dink, 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 like that, right across my hair, yeah. Roughed it up. Yeah, it looks sweet that, alright. Went to school the next day. Pretty sure it was Antonio actually, old school friend. We've done an episode with him if you know Antonio.
Go watch that if you've not.
Go watch that. I'm pretty sure he was like, what the fuck, what's happened to your hair? You cut your fringe? And he noticed like straight away. And I was like, what the fuck? And I had done, yeah, but I was like, nah, what the fuck, nah, you mad, right? And then I had to go to the barbers, innit? And I went Graham's Barbers on King Street. And I went in and I was like, yeah, I was well embarrassed, right? So I was like, I need to sort this trim out. And he was like, oh, fucking hell, who's done that to you? And I went, yeah, I lost a bet on FIFA, innit? I lost a bet on FIFA, like the loser had to cut the fringe. So I just did it, and he was like, oh, did you? He was like, oh yeah, fair enough, at least you did it. I was like, yeah, it was bangers to be fair. And he sorted it out for me, so don't cut your own hair, don't cut your own fringe if you're a kid, because you just look like a dick.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Another thing, actually before I get on to the next topic of conversation, and it just came to my head then, because I was talking about it at work the other day, I don't even know why I'm going to tell this story, but I am, because it's a fucking joke. Top 3 worst feelings in the world, right, okay, so I think getting a bad trim, psychologically, horrendous.
Watching the love of your life bang someone else.
Right, okay, yeah. Right, possibly.
I've just thrown it out there, that's it.
Right, and this is the one, that's fucking bangers,
Oh, yeah.
This is fucking bangers.
Can I just say another one? I don't know if it's the right one. Standing in dog shit.
Alright, no, it's not that. It's worse than that. It's worse than that. It's a lot worse than that.
Alright, go on.
Popping Whiteboat.
Oh.
Popping Whiteboat is the worst feeling in the world, bro.
Leave it out, bro.
That is the worst, bro.
To be fair, I've never popped Whiteboat.
Oh, I have.
Off just cannabis.
No.
Like, when I'm pissed, then I've done a couple times.
Don't you want to pop in your own garden? Pissed out my head. Swaying like that. Like, give us a fucking drag of that. I've had 2 drags of this fucking spliff, and I'm sat there and I'm like, oh my god, next thing you know, I'm over your bin, like,
he's got my green bin lifted up, he's going like that, and I've got a video of him, and then it's like a spray comes out.
I can't believe you let me have that, when I was that pissed.
I was like, yeah, go on then. And then it just went, and kept going, that was fucking joke. But bro, the feeling you get inside, it's now like you go ghostly white as well. Like it actually is.
I wanted to tell a story because I told this story at work the other day, right? And it's quite embarrassing, but it's hilarious. It was a few years ago now, but it's just funny, right? I think you definitely know the story, anyway. I was at uni, first year of uni, and was sat in halls. Bear in mind, I don't smoke weed anymore, not for a very long time.
Yeah, we're drugs free around here.
But we were smoking, chilling, blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, I fucking.
Sounds like that Rick Daley then. You seen these videos?
What?
No, them 2 guys are just smoking, chilling my bird.
Oh, the guy who's
Charlie
rapping.
and my Ferrari.
Like, oh yeah, feeling amazing, so lovely. Yeah, he's classic. Big up Rick Daley. Is that his name, Rick Daley?
Big up Rick Daley.
We need to get him on the pod. I'm gonna DM him, mate. Roles reversal.
Right, I'm a bit worried, sorry to even cut this. I just had a notification here saying that my parcel's been delivered, for my dad's Christmas present. But I've had it delivered to work, and work's not open now.
Might be a little safe storage.
Just left it outside work.
So.
Praying they've left it outside.
It was expensive as well.
What was it?
But anyway, so I popped Whiteboat in first year of uni, right? And for those that don't know what popping Whiteboat is, if you've lived under a rock for your entire life, it's when you smoke cannabis and it just hits you the wrong way and it makes you sick and your body just doesn't agree with it and you just throw up everywhere and it's just the most disgusting feeling in the entire world. Your heart's racing, you're sweating, you're pale, it's just horrible, right?
Pussy behaviour, that's what it is.
Well,
not been there, but
anyway, I reckon 99% of weed smokers have popped before.
Never popped off just weed.
But you've had the feeling of popping Whiteboat.
Nah, I have when I'm pissed.
Yeah, so yeah.
But that's just cannabis.
Yeah, no, but even though you still drank, you still felt that feeling of what it feels like to pop. Feels the same.
Touché.
Tomato. Anyway, so we're fucking smoking, whatever, chilling.
We're fucking.
Right.
We're smoking.
Let's right. We're smoking, right? Next thing you know, long story short, right, the people that I'm with, for some bizarre reason, they start singing some like West songs, like, and I swear like something like Rod Stewart or something West, like. And I remember lying there, thinking, oh my god, just shut the fuck up, this is sending me under. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking horrible, Next thing you know, I turn around to Jade, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking pop me. She's like, what? I ran into the fucking kitchen, It's like loads of pots and pans in the sink. I've just gone all over.
You're alright?
Nah, in my mate's flat. All over this thing, And she's like trying to feed me like Kit Kats and all that. Trying to give me some blood sugars.
Kit Kats?
No, because they say blood sugar stops you.
Right.
The way you pop is your blood sugar's dead low, so it makes you throw up.
Okay.
And then the joke bit was shit. I was like leaving this flat. to go to my building, and it's like in a different apartment block because it's in like student holiday, first year. And like I remember being in this lift chair, and the doors opened, and you know like the little gaps like in the floor, like as you walk into the elevator, as you stand over it, and there's like them little thin little gaps in there. Yeah. I've gone, I've rolled down this thing, yeah. Obviously, it's on like 4 floors up at this point, so it's clearly fell all the way down the fucking floor of the building. The next day, I've got home, right? I'm going back to Jay's to go for a brew. I've got into this fucking into the building. The lift doors open, yeah, and this lad's got into the lift next to me and stood there, like, "You right, mate?" He's like, "You're right." And he went to me, he went, "Mate, you see all that fucking sick on the floor?" He went, "It's fucking minging that was it." And I was like, "Yeah, mate, it was fucking hanging." What that was.
Class that.
But yeah, don't smoke weed and don't pop.
Hugs, not drugs.
It's not worth it.
Hugs, man. Give hugs, not drugs.
But yeah, it was fucking awful. But yeah,
we move, man. We move.
Funny
It's part of life, innit? I guess.
Funny though, you got to experience those things.
You got to experience being in that situation with people singing Rod Stewart and that.
Yeah.
Well, listening to that shit can just turn them on.
Yeah.
And obviously cannabis can help.
I mean, I was at one point in my life. I was a regular weed smoker, and like, it didn't happen very often. But when it did, fucking, that was horrible. It was horrible.
I think we're both recovering addicts, really.
I mean, I'm not saying addicts, but I've not smoked weed since like 2000 in Amsterdam. I've not since Amsterdam. I've not.
I'm not saying you haven't, but the cameraman's shaking his head.
Amsterdam was Skepta 2019.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying you've not. I'm saying you're a recovering addict.
I'm not, am I?
All right, recovered.
Okay.
I'm recovering addict. I'm Will. I'm a weed smoker.
I'm Will.
Nah, drugs not drugs, man. I hate drugs, me.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Right, this is a direct fucking message to the Prime Minister.
Oh, Bojo. Can't pan to both cameras here. And then go back. And then do it again.
Fuck Boris Johnson, yeah? Fuck the government. Do you really think I'm going to do anything you tell...
Fuck the government. If you go.
Do you really think I'm actually going to do anything you tell us to do ever again? No. Do you know what I mean? What leg? Don't even have, even if you had a chair, the chair would have no legs and you'd have to sit on the chair. Even the chair would have no legs to stand on. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've been the world's biggest hypocrites in politics history, as far as I'm aware.
Just a joke, man. Do you watch Prime Minister's Questions?
I watched it in the office, yeah.
Oh yeah, see, well, I watch that most days, mate. I don't know if it's on every day. Or is it on once a week? I don't know, but my life's a blur at the moment, but... Mate, honestly, yeah, that's a joke, by the way. Watch it. Because it's not even about politics. They just try and mug each other off. Like, it's not even about politics most of the time. And then there actually is some genuine questions. But yeah, man, so obviously Bojo was at a Christmas party and that. Apparently had Secret Santa and that. Like, all planned and shit. It's crazy, isn't it? It's fully crazy. But it is bold. Do you not think that was the case anyway? Like, it's literally one rule for them and one rule for everyone else.
Yeah, 100%. But I think
always has been.
It's one of them, like, it's sort of like the concept of don't ask the question if you don't want to know the answer.
Yeah.
Sort of vibe. Like, we all knew it was happening. We all, like, you're pretty naive to think that they're all angels and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you actually see proof of it, or hear proof of it.
Did you see that there was Boris Johnson, like, put some guy in charge to investigate where the party happened, but apparently he was at the party and he was at his house. So, like, they just take the piss.
No, they fully do take the piss.
Fully mug us off, mate.
And, like, I think the worst part, like, the thing that surfaced was, like, there was that video of that guy who was doing like that speech saying, yeah, this party won't be investigated in a year's time.
Is it like Gove or something like that?
Was it Gove?
Is it Gove, or he's got a proper posh guy and he's like, it's not like the police are going to come in a year, is it? And everyone's like, like that, you know what I mean? Muppets,
and then,
all games.
And then they do that, and then there was that video of that woman who was like rehearsing for like a press conference, and she's like, well, what do I say about the party? And then they're like, oh yeah, it wasn't a party, it was socially distanced, blah blah blah. She's like, yeah, it was a business meeting that wasn't socially distanced. We just had wine and cheese. Well, fuck off, like, actually fuck off. Like, the thing is, like, it's understandable, yeah, that, like, obviously people did break the rules to a certain extent, yeah, like regular people.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, yeah, like, people did abide by the rules, like especially during that first lockdown, like everyone was like shook in that first lockdown, like everyone didn't know what it was, like didn't know what was going to happen, like nothing had ever happened like this before. And then these people are saying, yeah, stay in, protect the NHS, do what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. Then Boris Johnson's like, yeah, I'm doing it. And then it started with fucking Hancock being caught out running, going doing his thing, which is fucking bad, or not running, but doing something or other where he got caught out.
He's a muppet. We've not forgot about that, Matt. We've not forgot.
And then it goes to, it turns out that they're having parties and stuff, and it's like, how do you expect to enforce rules if you're not going to follow them yourselves? Do you know what I mean? Like,
do you know what, bro? I was thinking, yeah, they're only human, innit, right? I was like, everyone breaks the rules, but then I thought, but these people are leading the country. If anyone's got to show a good example, it's them, innit? It has to be them. They're literally the one making the decisions, and then they take the piss.
I think this government, yeah, like it's more than. I think, but the thing is, yeah, it's like it's mental that it's taken for a party to happen during lockdown for the country to actually like explode. Think about the mad things that the Tory party have done, yeah, that haven't, like Grenfell, for example. There's still like, I swear I've seen it's like there's 500,000 people in the country that are living in houses that are deemed unsafe. Even after Grenfell and all those, I think was it 80 people, something like that, on record. There's probably even more people that died and something like that. But yet, the government are still standing by, not paying for, you know, refurbishments to happen in different places like that. And like, that didn't cause it did cause uproar, and it still does, but not to the certain extent that it's happening now, because they don't have a party. The government are being caught giving backhanders of extreme amounts of cash to the mates who work in different industries. That's fishy as fuck, shouldn't be happening.
What I see as well, like, obviously, the thing is, yeah, with politics, right, when someone gets put in power, obviously there's loads of promises that they make, and most of the time, like, a lot of them aren't stuck to, and people vote for them on them policies. Like, one thing was like Northern Rail, like train lines, that I was probably deep into when I was watching it. Like, they promised, like, the government promised to make more train lines up north. So, like, for example, I think like Bradford like doesn't have like a train line or something like that, or like a main way in and out of the country, or in and out of the city or something like that. And they've just like fucked it off, and they're just not doing it now. And like everyone up north, all the MPs and shit like that are all kicking off about it. And they're like, yeah, well, we are doing our promise to make more train lines and shit, but they're all down south and they're not up north. And they've just fucked off this massive plan that they had to do it.
It's mental, like, and I can completely understand, yeah, that Boris Johnson now, in his term, he never, unless there's a conspiracy behind that he knew it was coming, but as far as we're aware, yeah, he never anticipated something like COVID happening. And it's obviously made his job so much harder, yeah, especially to balance that and balance all the other responsibilities that he's got. But if that's the case, if you're making coronavirus, COVID-19 your responsibility, yeah, and you're the person that's in charge of making sure it all runs smoothly, and fair play, credit where credit's due, the vaccine rollout was brilliant. All these things, he did some good things that allowed us to have a lot more freedom before the majority of the other countries around the world. But if you're going to sit there and enforce rules and stop people from visiting family in hospital, stop people from seeing their loved ones, stopping people from going to funerals, weddings, all this stuff, if you're going to sit there on your IOR and tell people that they can't go and do that, don't go and throw a fucking party at your own house with every single fucking MP in the country there. You know what I mean? Don't go and do that. And then when the fucking, he says, are the police going to investigate it? He says in the thing, yeah, of course we're going to get someone to investigate it, but they've turned around and said that the police aren't going to be investigating it now. So it's just using his power and his fucking stance of where he's at as the Prime Minister, yeah, to his advantage. And in my opinion, they're sitting there and they're taking the absolute piss and laughing at all of us. And it's genuinely not on. I'm not even into politics like that, but that rubbed me up the completely wrong way.
Facts, bro, it is facts. What I will say as well is, like, even in politics and shit now, like, at this Prime Minister's Questions thing when they're all debating that in the House of Commons, I think it is, like, the main guy, I can't remember the guy in Labour Party, is it Keir? Is it called Keir?
Oh yeah, something like that.
Which is a silly name, by the way, no offence to
the leader of the Labour Party,
yeah,
leader of the opposition.
Yeah, and like he has like 4 questions at the start to ask the Prime Minister, which the Prime Minister already knows what he's going to ask him. And all his questions were about this party, right? Which is fair enough, because obviously you want to know, but mate, there's bigger issues going on now, and now this is taken away so much time because all he's asked about is just finding out about that, whereas there's actual problems in the world or in the UK going on that they really should be debating more about, and it's frivolous, it's stupid. Boris Johnson's a mong, and it's just wasting everyone's time.
For me, I feel like Boris Johnson knew it was coming, because then he launched this brand new initiative saying that they're going to be targeting middle class drug dealers, and it's giving police the authority to look through people's phone. They're trying to make a new news story.
Yeah.
We're trying to make a new headline before this headline comes out. But realistically, yeah.
Did you see him at that raid in like all his police?
Yeah, absolute fucking wet line.
I wish someone would have come out and shitted the guy.
But like, there's even when it comes to that, there's so many more things that we can say and sit here and say that the people need to be doing, like. But things like there's people, homelessness is fucking ridiculous. Things like that, stuff like that should be taken care of. Like, look at but even like the school dinners thing that was talked about for 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, how's it taken for people to have a party, for the world to explode? Like, these people have been doing us dirty for fucking time, and it's only taken till now for the actual whole country as a whole to actually turn on them. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking insane.
It's just stupid, isn't it, mate? It's just typical politics, mate. It's not the guys in tracksuits you got to worry about. It's the guys in suits.
That's facts.
And that's church.
Yeah. But yeah, people were literally like, everything was going up. Like, death rates were going up because people couldn't get into fucking hospital. Like, people who had finding lumps and stuff weren't allowed to go to hospital and get them checked out. Suicide rates were going up. Poverty was going up. People were losing their jobs just for these people. To sit and make jokes about it, saying that, oh, we're not going to get investigated. It's absolute, honest to God, like, surely they're not going to be winning the next election.
No, they won't.
No chance.
I don't think so. But mate, whoever's in charge is going to fuck up all along the way. And it doesn't help now that this new variant's come out and they're talking about doing like another lockdown, even though I don't think they will. But like, they're going to restrict a lot of things again. Like, it doesn't help them. It's just going to make more people turn them but they feel like they're being told they have to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but they can't. But as I say, they don't even have a leg to stand on now, because even if they do say,
no one's going to listen.
You've got to go in a group of 6 now. Why? You didn't when you had to. Why should we do it?
Literally.
Why should we? Why?
Literally.
They've literally like they've ruined it all for them, and it's all by their own doing. And I understand, that again, like you say, they are people, but they signed up for that job. They signed up for them responsibilities, and they signed up to be what's the word? Not a role model. They signed up to be the
MPs.
No, I'm trying to think, like
representatives.
Yeah, I guess you could use that word. Yeah,
Gimps.
Yeah, but they knew what they signed up for when they entered that thing, when they entered it, and when the coronavirus form got dropped on the desk, they knew what they were signing up for. So they've got no excuses, in my opinion.
Fuck the government.
Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
And realistically speaking, if you're gonna do it, why do it there?
At your own gaff.
I'm sure they've all got massive big plots of land in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of fucking, I don't know why it's posh around London, but in the middle of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least just be smart about it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think they're all getting on it there and that?
Yes, 100%. Seen that video of Michael Gove absolutely twisted in the Commons.
Oh yeah.
He's off his head.
Surely he's not doing drugs in the House of Commons.
Wouldn't surprise me. Honest to God,
seen a thing saying the sniffer dog went around actually and was like finding bear shit.
Yeah, they're all off their heads, mate. I bet they are.
I think you must be in that line of work.
They've got to be, like. I don't think there's many straight politicians now that are like. It's an uneducated opinion, but like, I don't think there's any like ones that are just straight and to the point. And actually, there'll be a few on the come up that want to do it, like people that, like local MPs that say, I want to be an MP because I want to make a change to my constituency and do X, Y, and Z. But the big dogs, Matt Hancock, Boris Johnson, all them lot, Michael Gove.
Matt Hancock's not in it anymore, is he?
I know, but he's still up there. Do you know what I mean?
Still a weasel.
And he showed his true colours. Do you know what I mean?
Looks like that weasel bouncer in Bridge. If you go Bridge, you know what I mean. That weasel on the doors. Oh God. I'm making a lot of enemies on this pod, mate. Just decided. SeaWorld. Bouncer from Bridge. Boris Johnson.
Bouncer from Bridge.
Yeah. Oh God, I hate that guy. If you know, you know. Weasel man. Anyway.
Right. But yeah, that's enough of that, I guess. But what a prick! What an absolute prick! Like, prick.
He's a sausage anyway. Full on. Interesting to see how the Christmas goes.
well, put it this way, like no one's even if they don't, they can't. I reckon if they didn't get caught out with the party, then they could have turned around and said, you know what, guys, Christmas is restricted this year. Now they can't. No way.
Do you know what?
They
Yeah, like, I know you said like you're not wearing a mask and that, but like I went to the supermarket yesterday or a couple of days ago and I put a mask on me.
Did you?
But like, mate, I don't even feel bad about putting a mask on. Like, it's if I have to spend all day in it. Do you know what I mean? I don't even mind really. Like, who actually cares? Like, it's minor really. I know, like
yeah, in the grand scheme of things, yeah.
Like, there's half people in there weren't wearing them, half were. No one was saying out. Obviously, all the older people were. But I was like, I've got Bear in my car, so I just. If I forget it. But if not, I'll if it's in my pocket or somewhere, I see it, I'll put it on. But like, I don't really care, to be fair. If someone asked me to put a mask on, I'd be like, yeah, alright, we got one, and just put it on. So I wouldn't think that much of it. I wouldn't think that deep. But like going out in groups and shit like that might be a bit bangers. But
If they say to you, you'd be locked up again and wear a mask. You're wearing a mask every day.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
God, no. Fuck it. This is what it is. Small sacrifice.
Yeah, mental, mate.
Mm.
Mental. But yeah.
I don't know.
What else is going on in your life, bro?
No, just ill, just working. Spending bare dough,
Trust.
buying Christmas presents and that.
I got my dad a sick present. I swear to God, yeah, that Christmas present, yeah, is Yodel. You know Yodel?
Yeah, I know Yodel.
Are Yodel any good?
Yodel are pretty poor, mate. Yodel are there with like fucking, what's that other one called? Who's shit? Called
Hermes.
Hermes, yeah.
are shit.
Who's good? So DPD, they know the shit.
Nah, the thing is, though, we work with DPD, yeah, they've dropped a few bollocks, you know.
Have they?
Well, they're alright. Usually they're alright.
DPD are good. UPS.
Royal Mail are a bit fishy.
Royal Mail are shit, but they're backlogged out their heads. Who else is decent? I don't know, DPD and UPS, I'm pretty sure they're top tier. Hermes, there's bare them in them. Yodel.
Them ones are like, Hermes, like, drivers, like, throwing fucking things
Yeah,
over foot flats and that.
Yeah, they're fucking mad there. That's a mad business to be in. You can do bare side. A lad I know, I'm not going to disclose, I used to work with ages ago, like got a side job working for Hermes, and he just wouldn't deliver bare the packages at the end of the day, and like scan them as like lost and then just sell them, like Xboxes and that. Yeah, I think you might know, innit? Like
Tell me after, innit?
yeah,
Do I know it?
Nah, you won't know him.
I don't know it.
But like, yeah, he was like, it was like, let's say 3 years ago, and he was like, yeah, I've got 4 Xbox 360s in it, and I'm for 50 quid. I was like, nah, I don't need a 360, mate. It's fucking
50 quid.
2018. I was like, I don't need a 360.
Yeah, buy the fish and flog it for 150.
You wouldn't sell an Xbox, when the Xbox One's out, you wouldn't sell a 360 for 150.
Yeah, who's buying 360s though that he's stealing?
Yeah, 50 quid. You know
Yeah, I
what
don't know, but I'm saying, like, in the first place, if he's stealing them from
Yeah,
customers, do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, God knows, but yeah, it's bad corrupt that, so might start Hermes me.
Would you ever do Uber?
Would I ever do an Uber?
Would you ever do Uber?
Like, be a driver?
Yeah.
Nah.
You can do it part time.
Nah, no chance. To be fair, the dough nowadays Uber, so you get a bit of wedgie.
Mate, I seen a thing where it's like, I think someone we know of, we don't know know them, but it's like they got an Uber and like it cost them like 15 quid. It was something like from Ashton to fucking Bridge or something like that. It was like 15 quid Uber. And then like 100 quid came out the bank.
Yeah.
And it's like, why has that come out the bank for anything here? And this Uber driver, yeah, has planted a fucking Costa coffee cup and just like dashed it on his back seat, took a picture of it, said, yeah, you've left a mess. She's like, that word was. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Put it on Twitter, it's banned.
What, she has?
She put it on Twitter, it's banned. Next thing you know, some other girls tweeted, yeah, exact same picture, someone's done it to us. So all these little shady Uber drivers are sending this like picture of like a Costa coffee cup smashed up on a back seat, sending it about and charging people dough for Uber rides.
What?
Mad that,
Cheeky
innit?
fuckers, mate. That's bangers, that.
Mental, mate.
Like, if you think about it, it could actually be bangers if you just are an Uber, like, if you pissed out your head like, at the end of the night, and like, they could just claim that, oh yeah, you threw up in the back, or you know, you did this or did that, like, you actually could claim it. Like, they could claim that.
Usually though, Uber drivers are sound.
Yeah, I've never had a bad Uber driver.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't really get away with being a knobhead because when you order it, the name and the face is there and stuff.
Do you know what? I was glamping in like Cheshire once, and we got an Uber driver.
Didn't I drop you off there?
Um,
Was that cabin?
Yeah, it probably was you. I can't remember. We erased it from mine, but it could have been you. Yeah. And we got an Uber, once like into the centre, and this guy picked us up. Yeah, we were waiting for him. Yeah, he said he was here. Fucking handbrake turned around the corner to the car park, bro. We got him right, yeah. And he's like proper scouse. He's like, yeah, you alright like that? Yeah, like, yeah. And he's fucking blasting it, bro. Right, with Tupac on, right, blasting it, bro. Right, and I mean, I'm no exaggeration, yeah. Like fucking grabbing it. Next bird's grabbing me hand like that, shitting himself, yeah. And he's like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, yeah, Manchester. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, you know the Gooch gang. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, I was locked up with all them. And I'm like, oh my god, what are we doing here, yeah? And I'm not even exaggerating, bro. He's overtaking cars and shit, like blasting it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? He was sound, yeah, but like, he was an absolute psychopath. That's the only bad Uber. Oh, well, they weren't bad, 'cause he had Tupac on you and he got us there.
Do you give him 5 stars?
Yeah, of course. I was like, my man, come on. Yeah, of course, give him 5 stars, but like, yeah, that was dangerous, mate. But I've never had a bad Uber driver since then. And what I will say is that guy was a white male. Usually Uber drivers are Asian guys, and this one white guy was being an absolute lunatic. So, watch yourselves.
Do you remember when we got that taxi? When we went, you know what I'm going to say? We got a taxi, didn't we, when we went Sheffield? So me and Will went to a festival, yeah. Was it in Sheffield or was it?
Yeah, Sheffield, Ponderosa, mate. Yeah, Charlie Sloth.
Yeah. Me and Will went to a festival, yeah. And like we got a taxi, yeah, from this hotel, and like, it was a bit far out, wasn't we? So it was a bit of a mooch. So the taxi driver was driving. He was the world's most racist. I can't even repeat the things he was saying.
It was so bad.
He was the world's most racist taxi driver, yeah. But it turns out, where we were, because we was in a little town outside of Sheffield.
What was it called?
That town was ranked like the 8th most racist town in the UK.
Yeah, and he let us know proudly.
Proudly, EDL out his head, mate.
Yeah, bad.
And he was like, oh, what he's doing tonight then? And was like, oh, going to a festival now. And he was like, what you need to do is, you need to get 2 drunk birds, take them back to the hotel, fuck them. What was it?
Fuck them. And just fucking jizz all over the curtains. We're like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you need to get 2 birds, yeah, take them home, fuck them, and just jizz all over.
Exclusive, we didn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't
do that.
They weren't drunk.
No, he was.
They weren't. No, yeah, mate, how weird was that? He was such a weird guy.
Yeah.
So strange. Taxi drivers. I mean, if you're sat in a taxi, yeah, and he starts chatting to you, are you shut the fuck up? Or
Depends.
Yeah, if they're talking like sound stuff, right? I don't mind a chat with a taxi driver, but if I'm rough, or I'm going home from somewhere like 6 in the morning, or it's a heavy night out and I'm just sat there slumped and they're like, oh, you had a good night, mate? I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Bro, I mean, fuck that.
Bro, once I had a taxi driver, yeah, like, belling me out once, yeah. He, like, forced me into giving him his number, yeah. Basically, what happened was, it was after City just beat PSG in the Champions League semi-final, and I was buzzing, pissed out there as well. Got a taxi back from Staley Bridge, yeah, back to G Cross, and this guy's like, oh, but he was a bit of a scruff, like, scruff's a bit tight, but he was just a bit like, anyway, he's like, what have you been doing? I was like, oh, I've just been watching City, I'm buzzing, I'm on cloud 9, and he went, how much would you pay for a signed City top?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, it all depends who it was signed by. He went, if you had to pick a player, it's City. You know what I mean? But at first I'm pissed, I was like, Aguero. He was like, how much would you pay for a signed shirt? I went, a match worn one, yeah, they're worth about 500 quid, aren't they? Like, so if I really wanted one from Aguero, like 500 quid, I guess, if I'm going to buy one, that's what it would be. And he was like, alright, yeah, he went, I'll get you one, you know. And I was like, you what? And he was like, know all the players at City. And I was like, yeah, fucking hell, I bet you do. He was like, yeah, I know the coach driver for all the aways. I'm like, alright, whatever, yeah, whatever. He was like, give me your number, bro, give me your number. I'll sort you one out, I'll get you one. Give me 500 quid, bro, I'll get you one. I was like, what the fuck? So I give him a fake number, yeah. And he was like, right, I'll bell you now. And he was like, He's like, why'd you phone up me? And I was like, oh, bro, got a new number, completely forgotten. I'm like, what the fuck? So my initial thought was I'm just going to give him the number, I'm just going to block his number, which is what I ended up doing. But anyway, give him my number, yeah, he belled me the next day, he said, do you still want that shirt? And I was like, oh, bro, I was like, I don't know if you find me one, then yeah. Put the phone down, I just fucking blocked his number. I thought, yeah, you're a West, not me.
Oh, he's trying to start you out.
Mate, nah, he was fit, he was something fishy about him, bro.
Trying to start, what do you reckon? A taxi driver?
Sorry. Yeah, it was something fishy.
Scares when that shit happens.
Something fishy about it, bro.
Bro, we've got a fucking, that reminds me of that. What is it, what they call Alexa, yeah? So there's Alexa in the living room, right? And me and my brother were just chatting away, like, just normally. And then the Alexa just started playing like a West track. Can't remember what it was, but it said something. I didn't even hear what it said yet because the watch was working and then just like speaking. It started playing something weird, bro. I can't remember what track it was. It was something West, and me and Jack were just like, bruh, what the fuck? Does that not scare you? Does that happen to you? You've got Alexa?
Bro, I swear I must have told you the story, yeah.
Oh, playing the music and that?
Nah, the Boris Johnson thing, actually, coincidentally enough.
Alright. Well.
So basically, it was a while ago, and I was in this house, but I'm sat in the living room there, and like, obviously I've got a door that goes from the living room to the kitchen, and the Alexa's in the kitchen, yeah, it's like a speaker, and the door was like, the door from the living room to the kitchen was open, and like, I'm on the phone to someone that I used to work with, and then we were talking about, I think we were talking about COVID actually, I think it might have been when it first happened, and I was like, oh yeah, I was saying something like, oh, Boris Johnson's a fucking dick, like, he's doing X, Y and Z, like, he's doing something fishy, Then the Alexa pings off. If I'm lying, I'm dying, I swear to God, yeah. The fucking Alexa pinged off. I was like, Prime Minister Boris Johnson doesn't condone to the thing that you are saying, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Ooh. That Alexa's been listening to everything I've just been saying about the Prime Minister, and it pings off. As soon as I start slandering and saying something like this and saying something like that, it goes, Boris Johnson does not condone to the things you are saying, under Section 18, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Mental.
That's crazy, mate.
Mental.
Once again, screw it from the rooftops. Fuck the government.
Yeah, fuck the government.
They're listening to everything, mate.
They're listening to us now through these.
Yeah, through
people are listening through these, you know.
Through our mobile telephonic devices. Facial recognition, bro. Just the downfall of life.
Do you reckon?
Got all your shit now. You've got a fucking. You send someone money. I don't know if you have to do it. I've got a face verified now. I'm blinking that. Like, they've got my face now. They've got a picture of my face. They could remaster my face, yeah, on like a West doll in like Korea, and put me as like an electric robot in the army, and send me against my own people, and no one would have a fucking clue.
It's a bit extreme.
They could do that.
I think it's just they've got tabs on everyone now. So you know when you see it on films on like Jason Bourne, and all the CCTVs looking at face and facial recognition and stuff. Yeah, I reckon, for example, if the MI5 are like, oh yeah, find Will Allen, he should be in fucking
Oh yeah,
he should be in Lithuania doing something, and then you just go bing.
That's right. Any cameras and shit that they got you, bro.
They'll tap into everything.
Oh, bro, 1,000,000%.
It's mental.
They could do, innit? To be fair, you say they could do, yeah, but like the world's most worst criminals and that. Like, no, to be fair, does every criminal who commits a serious major crime, like, get caught?
I don't have them.
Yeah, got brick phones, aren't they? Yeah, but like the face and that. Oh yeah, but they want face recognition. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking, if any mad major criminal, do they get caught? Like, do they always get caught? Because a lot of people get away with shit.
Yeah, but I don't reckon. But I reckon it's like
super secret major shit.
Because if you think about it, yeah, like I think this is where it gets deeper. Like, for example, with like a super drug dealer, for example, yeah, who's like makes hundreds of thousands of pounds, yeah, on drugs. Yeah, that person is massively wanted, but I reckon these people give, like, people who do crimes or like fraudsters and stuff that like make stuff that involves loads of untaxed money. I reckon the government like sort of leave them to it for a bit, then nick them. When they seize all that money, what do you think they do with that money? They don't just put it in a box somewhere and never touch it again, do they? Do you know what I mean?
I reckon
they put it straight back into themselves.
I bet there's bare shit on the inside as well. Like all the biggest criminals, like obviously I don't know if I'm not a criminal or drug dealer, but like major drug dealers, they have like people on the inside, police on the inside who will help them their way, innit? Like all the time, like you see it all the time.
But I reckon it's like the facial recognition thing, like for example, I reckon it's for like spies. For example, like say, I don't know, a Russian spy came to the UK, they'd find him instantly. Do you know what I mean? You'd like to think so anyway. Yeah. Terrorists, for example, using things like that. Like why do you think that it's good that there's not been a terrorist attack for a fucking time.
Yeah,
Like a recognisable one. Obviously, that guy blew up that taxi not too long ago, but like
yeah.
a big one.
Yeah.
Like, because I think they're just all
Bare
of
casualties.
them are just getting intercepted.
Yeah.
I reckon there's so many that we just don't hear about.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, I assume there probably is. Unless they get so far, and the fatalities happen, then you obviously know about it because it's on the news.
Because I reckon these are listening. If this was on I swear to God, I reckon if this was on the table now and we had a conversation about, I don't know, blowing up the Eiffel Tower, and we were serious about it and all that, and we had a real life conversation about it, but it was like consistent ones, and like, I reckon there's, I reckon it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow up the House of Parliament. Guy Fawkes 2.0. Big up Guy Fawkes, yeah. You know, the tweets like, that guy was a real G, he was onto something. Shit like that, yeah, he fully was.
And so.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys,
That's it, we're done.
thank you for watching. See you next week.
Bye.